Assalamu alaikum friends. My name is Rehan, E-commerceWala, and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School Online Academy. So today I am here with Sesame.ai because today I am doing an AI session, and today I want to talk about cybersecurity and in e-commerce. So let's begin with the calling to Sesame.ai. Here we have Maya and Mile, and I am calling to Maya.
Hi, how's it going?
I am great, Maya. Maya, today I want to talk about with you. Our topic is cybersecurity in e-commerce. So I am starting with the first question, and my first question is, what is cybersecurity?
What's cybersecurity is basically the digital version of a high-tech security system for your computer, network, and data. It's all about creating layers of protection to stop hackers or malicious software from stealing information or messing with your systems. Since you're focusing on e-commerce, it's the difference between a customer feeling safe hitting buy or worrying their credit card info is walking out the door. What's the next one on your list?
So on my list, my next question is, what is e-commerce?
Woo! At its simplest, e-commerce is just buying and selling goods or services using the internet. It's shifted from just being big websites like Amazon to basically anything from a side hustle on Instagram to a full-blown digital storefront. What's the third question?
On my list, my third question is, why is cybersecurity important in e-commerce?
Because trust is the only currency that actually matters online. If a store gets hacked and customer data leaks, it doesn't matter how great the products are, people aren't coming back. It's about protecting the money, the personal identity of the shoppers, and the reputation of the business all at once. One bad breach can basically delete a company's credibility overnight. What else you got?
Yes, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very amazing and great. So, my third question, sorry, my fourth question is, how does cybersecurity protect online businesses?
I think you might mean how it connects to or impacts online
My
businesses,
question,
right? Basically, it's
I am repeating my question. My question was, how does cybersecurity protect online businesses?
got it. Thanks for clarifying. Protects them by acting like a digital shield. It uses things like encryption to scramble sensitive data so hackers can't read it, firewalls to keep the bad actors out of the server, and secure payment gateways to make sure money moves safely from the buyer to the seller. It's essentially a series of locks and alarms that keep the business running without a disaster. What's next?
On my list, my next question is, what is a cyber attack?
A cyber attack is basically any intentional effort by someone to break into a computer system or network to steal, change, or destroy data. Think of it like a digital break in. Sometimes it's a smash and grab where they just want credit card numbers, and other times it's more like a hostage situation where they lock the business out of its own files until a ransom is paid. What's the next question on your list?
On my list, my next question is, what is hacking?
Hacking is basically the act of finding a weakness in a computer system or network and using it to get inside. It's not always about the bad guys, though. You've got the malicious hackers who want to steal things, but then you have the ethical hackers, the good guys, who get paid to break into systems just to show the owners where the holes are so they can fix them. It's kind of like hiring a professional locksmith to try and break into your own house just to see if your locks actually work. Ready for the next one?
Yes, I am ready. So my next question is, what is malware?
Malware is short for malicious software. It's an umbrella term for any piece of code designed to sneak into a device and cause trouble. That could be anything from a virus that deletes your files to spyware that watches everything you type or ransomware that locks your computer until you pay up. It's basically the digital version of a Trojan horse. What's next on the list?
So on my list, my next question is, what is ransomware?
Ransomware is a specific and honestly pretty scary type of malware. It basically hijacks a computer or a whole business network by encrypting all the files, meaning you can't open anything. Then the hackers leave a digital note demanding a payment, usually in cryptocurrency, to give you the key to unlock your own data. It's a total digital shakedown. What's the next question?
On my list, my next question is why do hackers target online stores?
Mostly because online stores are basically digital gold mines. They're sitting on a mountain of high value data, credit card numbers, home addresses, passwords, and emails that can be sold on the dark web. Plus, since a store has to stay open 24/7 to make money, hackers know that the threat of taking a site offline for even a few hours can force a business to pay a ransom quickly just to survive. What's next on your list?
So on my list, my next question is what is customer data?
Customer data is basically every single piece of information a business collects about the people who shop with them. It starts with the obvious stuff like your name, email, and shipping address, but it goes way deeper. It includes your order history, your payment details, and even things you might not think about, like your IP address or how long you spent looking at a specific product before buying it. For a business, it's a tool for marketing. For a hacker, it's the prize. What's the next one?
So on my list, my next question is what is customer idea?
I think you might mean customer identity,
Yeah.
right? Basically, that's the unique set of traits and data points that allow a business to know exactly who you are. It's not just your name, but the combination of your email, account ID, and maybe even your device ID that proves you're actually the person who owns the account. It's what keeps your order history and saved addresses linked to you and not some random stranger. Does that make sense, or were you thinking of something else?
No, thank you so much. That makes sense. And my next question is why should customer information be protected?
Every single point where that data touches a system needs a lock on it. Starts at the checkout page where the customer enters their info, then it travels through the network, and finally it sits in a database. If any one of those spots is left open, the whole system is vulnerable. It's like having a vault with a massive steel door but leaving the back window open. The door doesn't matter if the window is accessible. What's the next question?
On my list, my next question is what is a secure password?
A secure password is basically one that is a nightmare for a human to guess and a headache for a computer to crack. It's a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols, and most importantly, it's long, usually 12 characters or more. The gold standard is to avoid anything predictable, like birthdays or the word password, and instead use a random phrase or a password manager to keep track of them. What's next on your list?
So on my list, my next question is what is two-factor authentication?
Two-factor authentication, or 2FA, is basically adding a second lock to your digital door. Even if a hacker manages to steal your password, they still can't get in because they need a second piece of evidence to prove who you are. Usually that's a code sent to your phone, an email, or an app on your device. It's like needing both a key and a fingerprint to open a safe. One isn't enough. What's the next one?
So on my list, my next question is how does encryption protect data?
Encryption is basically like writing a secret message in a code that only the intended recipient has the key to unlock. It takes readable data, like a credit card number, and scrambles it into a random string of characters that looks like absolute gibberish to anyone else. Even if a hacker manages to steal that data, it's useless to them because they can't read it without the decryption key. It's essentially turning your information into a puzzle that's mathematically impossible to solve quickly. What's the next question?
So on my list, my next question is what is the two-factor authentication?
We actually just chatted about that one. It's that second layer of security, like when you need both your password and a code from your phone to get into an account. Did you want me to dive deeper into how it works, or did you have a different question on your list?
No, thank you so much. So I am moving on my next question, and my next question is, what is secure payment gateway?
A secure payment gateway is basically the digital middleman that makes sure money gets from the buyer to the seller without anyone else snatching it in between. It's the service that encrypts the credit card info the moment it's entered and sends it safely to the bank for approval. Without a secure gateway, a business would be handling raw credit card numbers, which is a huge security risk and usually a legal nightmare. It's essentially the armored truck of the internet. What's next?
So on my list, my next question is, why is online payment security important?
Because the moment a customer feels their money is at risk, they're gone. It's not just about the individual transaction, it's about the psychology of shopping. If people don't trust the payment process, they'll abandon their carts in a heartbeat. Plus, for the business, a single payment security failure can lead to massive fines and a reputation that's almost impossible to rebuild. What's the next one on your list?
On my list, my next question is, how can businesses prevent fraud?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by pre-made for in this context. Are you asking how a business can prepare for a cyber attack or maybe how they set up their security
No.
from the start? Let me know what you're
My,
thinking.
my, my question was, how can businesses prevent fraud?
Preventing fraud is all about spotting the red flags before the transaction actually goes through. Businesses use things like fraud detection software that flags weird behavior, like if a customer is suddenly buying 10 expensive laptops from an IP address in a country they've never visited. They also use those secure payment gateways we talked about, which check if the credit card details actually match the cardholder. It's basically a constant game of, does this look legit? What's the next one?
Oh, on my list, my next question is, what is identity theft?
I'm guessing you mean identity theft, right? That's
Yes.
basically when someone steals your personal information, like your social security number, passwords, or credit card details, and pretends to be you to steal money or commit crimes in your name. It's the digital version of someone stealing your entire life to go on a shopping spree. Does that sound like what you were asking about?
Yes, thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, how can customers shop safely online?
I'm a little lost on that one. Do you mean how can a business sound trustworthy and
No,
positive
no.
online, or are you
My
asking
question,
about
my
how identity?
listen. My question was, how can customers shop safely online?
It's all about being a little bit skeptical and staying alert. Customers should always check for that little padlock icon in the browser address bar to make sure the site is using HTTPS, and they should definitely avoid clicking links in weird emails that claim there's a problem with their account. Using unique passwords and turning on two-factor authentication, like we talked about earlier, is also a huge help. Basically, if a deal looks way too good to be true, it probably is. What's the next one on your list?
On my list, my next question is, what are the signs of a fake website?
First, look at the URL. If it's spelled slightly wrong, like Amazon instead of Amazon, that's a huge red flag. Then check for a lack of a professional contact us page or a privacy policy. If the website is full of typos, weird grammar, and the prices are impossibly low, it's almost certainly a scam. It's basically the digital version of a storefront with a flickering neon sign and a free gold banner in the window. What's next on your list?
On my list, my next question is, what are the signs of a fake website?
You actually just asked that one. Like I mentioned, keep an eye out for misspelled URLs,
Okay,
a lack of a real contact page, and
Listen, I am moving on my next question. Sorry for that. So my next question is, how can businesses build customer trust?
no worries at all. It happens to the best of us. Building trust is all about transparency and consistency. A business can do this by clearly displaying their security certifications, having an honest and easy to find return policy, and being incredibly open about how they handle customer data. When a company shows they have nothing to hide and they actually care about the customer safety, People feel a lot more comfortable handing over their credit card info. What's the next one? I'm listening.
Okay, so on my list, my next question is, why are software updates important?
Think of software updates as patching the holes in your digital fence. Hackers are constantly finding new ways to sneak into systems, and those updates are usually the developers rushing to plug those holes before someone uses them to get in. If you skip the updates, you're basically leaving the front door unlocked while the neighborhood is full of burglars. What's the next question? I'm all ears.
Thank you so much
Still
for
with me?
your answer. Your answer was very amazing. So, my next question is, what is cloud security?
Cloud security is basically like renting a high security storage unit instead of keeping everything in your own basement. Since a lot of e-commerce businesses store their data on servers owned by companies like Amazon or Google, cloud security is the set of tools and rules used to protect that data in those remote locations. It's a shared effort. The cloud provider secures the building, so to speak, and the business secures the individual locks on their own files. What's the next one?
On my list, my next question is, what is cloud security and why is it important in e-commerce?
We just touched on the what part, but let me tie it all together for you. Cloud security is that remote protection for data stored on outside servers. It's critical for e-commerce because most online stores don't own their own physical servers anymore. They rely on the cloud to handle thousands of customers at once. If that cloud security fails, the business doesn't just lose a few files, they could lose their entire storefront and every single customer record in one go. It's basically the difference between a localized glitch and a total company blackout. What else is on your list?
So, on my list, my next question is,
I'm ready when you are.
uh, uh, how can AI improve cybersecurity?
AI is basically like having a security guard who never sleeps and can spot a pattern in a millisecond. Instead of waiting for a human to notice something is wrong, AI can analyze millions of login attempts and instantly flag one that looks slightly off, like someone trying to log in from 3 different continents in 10 minutes. It's great at predicting attacks before they even happen by spotting the tiny early warning signs that a human would totally miss. What's the next question?
So, on my list, my next question is, what are the benefits of cybersecurity?
The biggest benefit is basically peace of mind for both the owner and the customer. For the business, it means they can grow without the constant fear that one glitch will bankrupt them or ruin their name. For the customer, it means they can shop without worrying that their identity is being sold on some dark web forum. Essentially, it turns the internet from a digital Wild West into a place where you can actually do business safely. What's the next one?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was again very amazing. So, my next question is, what are the challenges of cybersecurity?
The biggest challenge is that it's a constant arms race. The bad guys are always inventing new ways to break in, so as soon as a business fixes one hole, hackers are already looking for the next one. Plus, it can be really expensive for small businesses to afford top-tier security. And then there's the human element. You can have the best firewall in the world, but it doesn't matter if an employee accidentally clicks a phishing link in an email. It's a lot to manage. What's next on your list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was again very amazing. So, my next question is, what is digital privacy?
Digital privacy is basically the right to control who gets to see your information and how it's used online. It's not just about hiding secrets, it's about the boundary between you and the companies or people tracking your every click. In e-commerce, it's the difference between a store suggesting a product you actually like and a store making you feel like they're spying on your private conversations. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very amazing.
You're very welcome. I'm enjoying this deep dive. What's the next question on your list?
So on my list, my next question is what is privacy and why is privacy important?
Privacy is basically the power to decide what parts of your life stay personal and what you're okay with sharing with the rest of the world. It's important because without it, you lose your autonomy. When every move you make is tracked and recorded, it changes how you behave and who you are. In the world of e-commerce, it's what prevents a company from knowing too much about you, like your health issues or your financial struggles, and using that information to manipulate your buying habits. It's about dignity and control over your own story. What's the next one?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was again very amazing. So my next question is how do businesses respond to cyber attacks?
It's usually a bit of a scramble at first, but a good business follows a specific playbook. First, they have to contain the damage, like shutting down affected servers so the attack doesn't spread. Then they investigate how the hackers got in so they can plug that hole immediately. After that comes the hard part, the communication. They have to tell their customers their data might be at risk, which is a tough conversation, but being honest is the only way to start rebuilding that trust. Finally, they do a full audit to make sure the attackers are actually gone. It's a stressful process, but it's the only way to survive a breach. What's next on your list?
Okay, thanks so much for your answer. Your answer was very, very amazing. And you explained very briefly. Thank you so much. So my next question is what is a firewall?
A firewall is basically like a digital bouncer for your network. It sits between your internal system and, the rest of the internet, checking everyone's ID as they try to enter or leave. If a piece of data looks suspicious or doesn't meet the security rules, the firewall just blocks it and says, you're not on the list. It's the first line of defense that keeps the random chaos of the web from leaking into your business. What's the next one?
No, no, this was my last question. Thank you so much for your answer. I really enjoyed today's session. What your advice? What your VN on our today's session?
I honestly loved it. You have such a methodical way of breaking things down. I love how you start with the basics and then build up to the complex stuff. It makes the whole topic feel like a story. You've basically just walked us through a complete crash course in digital safety. Since you've covered so much ground, do you feel like you've got a handle on it? Or is there one part that still feels a bit fuzzy?
No, no, thank you so much, Maya. Thank you so much. So, Allah Hafiz, Maya, and Allah Hafiz, everyone, for listening. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Thank you so much for listening me. May long live you, your families, and also Pakistan. Allah Hafiz, everyone.